Hey YouTube, this is Mega Dweezil coming at you from the Great Indiana Wilderness, and today we're down here with Josephine and myself down at the county fairgrounds, and behind me you see the giant Spencer cock. I have a feeling it started out as a thing for a restaurant at some point and somehow made its way down here to the county fairground. This is an interesting kind of place where all the local things are held. And last week we had a circus. It's a real circus too. It was out in that field out there. There was one whole big tent. There's a little sort of tent that had like a thing in it that Josephine and I paid $1 a piece to see the ancient sea witch, which was kind of a bad sea monkey that I could have done better with paper mache and a Kroger mackerel, but you know, and the guy who was out front kept trying to have an Irish accent. And I think he was from Brooklyn or something, and he's about half lit and it wasn't working, but you know, it was great. I mean, it was awesome. We got to go to the circus, and which featured like 6 actual performers, which kept changing clothes and names and doing acts. It's a lot of animal acts too. My favorite, I think, was kind of the amazing Eskimo snow dogs, which were, I think 2 of them were Pomeranians and one was a big old yellow lab with a dye job. And they were pretty good though. They, you know, could actually like do stuff. And the lady who was running them was, you know, she was also the ringleader and did part of a unicycle act, and was a, well, hell, she had about 4 or 5 acts during the thing. And I guess at the end of the thing, I bought a $12 T-shirt for $2, or a $2 T-shirt for $12 that had the circus name on it, from a little girl who had hung by various parts of her anatomy from the flying trapeze. And she had also had a dog act and was part of a pony act and was part of the unicycle act and was also the ring mistress for the second half of the thing. So it was that kind of a circus, but it was awesome. You know, we had that kind of thing around here, and it was the biggest thing that had happened. Everybody in Spencer showed up. And we sat next to the Undertaker and his family, and behind us was the checkout girls from over at Super Value, and everybody knew everybody else, and we all cheered and ate nasty cotton candy and had a great time.
And put a new roof on the Lions Club.
And put a new roof on the Lions Club, that's right. This was kind of a benefit sort of a thing. I'd like to invite your attention to the mighty White River here behind me. This is the portion of it that actually goes through town. However, there is a branch of this that goes behind my house, maybe about a half a mile. And the White River, if I get in an inner tube, okay, and I get in the White River, it will take me to the Wabash, which will take me to the Ohio, which will take me to the Mississippi, which will take me to the Gulf of Mexico. My understanding is that there's actually stretches as long as 500 miles on this particular river that are navigable by boat without interruption. So, you know, it's kind of a handy thing to know in case one needs to kind of like float on out of town. Okay, and this is my county courthouse. Owen County Courthouse was established in 1819. Okay, and has an actual copper roof, which has been replaced a couple of times. The last time I think was about 5 years ago. And then all out in front here, we have our Wall of Heroes, which is these are people who have gone in harm's way for the country. The ones who didn't make it back got their special thing here, and for the rest of us, we're all on the wall there somewhere. Everybody in my family, from my great Uncle Matthias that fought at Vicksburg, through my grandfather who fought the First World War, my dad who fought the Second, and I'm down there somewhere on the end. We've all got a brick in this thing, but we've got a kind of a big tradition of military service in this part of the country, which would be speaking kind of poorly for the chances of anybody that wanted to come in here and start trouble. You may occasionally hear me refer to the Dead Old Lady Store. That's it. In God's Arms, the Fellowship Hall and thrift shop of one of our local churches.
For which we are grateful.
For which we are grateful.
In the winter for our
Yeah.
knit blankets.
Because, man, there's some kind of a rule that says that before a woman dies, okay, in Indiana, she must make at least one Afghan, all right? And they all wind up in there for about $5. It's great.
And then they wind up in your house.
Yeah, and then they wind up at my house in the living room, where I've got 67 of the bitches now, so.
Do you ever get cold?
Oh, no. Oh, no. And this is one of our strip malls, and there ain't shit in there, okay?
That used to be the only movie rent-a-place, right? Movie mart.
Right. It's not, there's nothing that has managed to go in there and survive. It's the county jail right there.
Oh, I probably don't appreciate me videotaping it, but
And
local lumber.
here's our one club that stays open at night, the Skid Row Bar and Grill.
Currently, Josie can boast has not ever been in.
Of having never been in there, I've tried to get her to go in there. Thus far, she has resisted my best effort.
High school.
Yeah, we do have one of the high schools in the area. This is why, everybody wants to move here because, we've got our own high school and the taxes are really low.
In our local Wally World.
Here we go.
We're going to.
My God.
And we actually do have a YMCA right behind Wally
Yeah,
World
this is
there.
way up there on the hill.
Yeah.
It's got a pool and everything.
You wouldn't want to swim in it often. I swam in
Zumba
it.
classes. So, you can't tell me we don't have fun out here. Don't worry, YouTube. From me and Josephine, Indiana is holding. Also, this is the same river that gets big every year and floods the cemetery, which I don't even want to talk about it. I'm standing in poison ivy, so